Alright, so there's something I've noticed in this self-improvement space. Not something I want to fully commit myself to because there's a lot of strings attached to being a self-improvement YouTuber. But what I've realized is that this space completely misses what is the most important question of our lives. I like to bring up Pascal's wager. Pascal's wager basically within the context of Christianity, but I think it could be applied to most other religions. The risk of being right and wrong. So let's say I'll use this hand because my shoulder's on fire right now. So this side is the atheist. If the atheist is wrong, he will suffer he will go through eternal suffering, right? Well, we're just gonna say Christianity, for example. He will suffer eternally. Now, let's say if the Christian is wrong, well, he just missed out on some things in his life. I would argue there's really no risk of being wrong for the Christian. However, there's all the risk for the atheist to be wrong. Now, I am in no way making an argument here for theism or Christianity based on this. I think that would be super fallacious. But what I'm saying is, this is something you should seriously consider at the very least. Given that, I think a part of self-improvement should be learning about these type of things. This is something, I've watched many different self-improvement YouTubers over my lifetime. Some not very good, some pretty good. And none of them talk about this. Some of them, they talk about God, they talk about all these other things, but they don't actually talk about the why. I've never seen a self-improvement YouTuber bring up something comparable to Pascal's wager. So, the way you fix this problem, because I do think it's a problem, is by being able to answer the following three questions. The following three questions. It's so awkward. Sun's not working with me today. I made a video post about the sun today, and it's hating on me right now. Anyways, so 3 questions you should be able to answer. So number 1, do you believe God exists? If so, why? If not, why? 2, do you take any of the world's religions to be true? If so, why? If no, why not? 3, if you do take a certain religion as true, can you rebut the arguments posed against it and provide arguments against the other religions that you do not hold to? This is a pretty good template for you to figure out what you actually want to believe, what you actually should believe. Now, I personally take a more logical approach to these type of things. I don't really rely. I don't want to be misconstrued, because I do believe personal experiences that I guess can't really be logically justified are valid forms of evidence, but I wouldn't base any of my beliefs on that and within this context, because you need something to differentiate yourself from I guess within the context of religion. I guess within the context of God, you could get away with just having personal experiences as evidence, but when it comes to religion, what really separates you from the Jew, the Muslim, the Buddhist, etc., if all you have are personal experiences? They all have personal experiences too. There needs to be something that separates you. Now, another thing is, I know the other self-improvement YouTubers do talk about this, so kudos to them for that. But faith also provides humble grounding for your ego. I'm personally an advocate for having an ego. I think having an ego can be a very useful thing. But when you're something like an atheist, and you don't think... Because under atheism, there's really nothing above you, if you think about it. There's nothing more beyond you under atheism. So, within that, given that belief, it's very hard to keep your ego under control. So, I think the knowledge that something is greater than you is very important. So, in closing, do some research, figure out what you want to believe, and then be willing to engage in discussion about said belief.